Today's scripture reading will be from the book of Mark, chapter 4, from verses 35 till 41. And I'll be reading from the NIV version. It reads as follows. That day, when evening came, he said to his disciples, "Let us go over to the other side." Leaving the crowd behind, they took him along, just as he was in the boat. There were also other boats with him. A furious squall came up, the waves broke over the boat, so that it was nearly swamped. Jesus was in the stern, sleeping on a cushion. The disciples woke him and said to him, "Teacher, don't you care if we drown?" He got up, rebuked the wind, and said to the waves, "Quiet, be still." Then the wind died down, and it was completely calm. He said to his disciples, "Why are you so afraid? Do you still have no faith?" They were terrified and asked each other, "Who is this? Even the wind and the waves obey him." Amen. Amen.
I greet the church in the name of our Father and our Savior, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
Indeed, Christ is our Lord. About a month ago, I conducted my aunt's funeral. In her deathbed, she asked that I conduct her funeral. And while I was introduced to by a MC as the preacher of the day, there is a particular preacher from a denomination who came in and stood by me. He's maybe perhaps 20 years or 30 years older than me. Perhaps he thought that I'm still young to be a preacher, so he stood by me and said to me, I will help you when you need help. And after I told him that you can help me at the cemetery. And I preached that day, and I asked him at the cemetery to help as he promised, but he rejected the offer. He said, "No, it's fine." And later on, after the funeral was done, he came to me and he asked me a beautiful question. And I was excited with the question that he asked me. As we were talking, he asked me a very beautiful question, and he said to me, "What can God do for us?" And this is a question that is relevant even in today's lives. This is a question that, if someone come to you and preach the gospel to you, and they tell you that Jesus Christ died for you, and if they tell you that he was buried and on the third day he was raised, it's only fair for a prospect to ask the question that, now, what can God do for me? If you prepare yourself in the morning, you bath, you iron your clothes, you do whatever you can do to get here and worship with us by 10 o'clock in the morning. It's only fair for you as you prepare yourself to ask this question that, what can God do for me? And this is the answer that I'm going to answer today. I'm conflicted with my topic, because my topic, I came with two topics and I didn't know which one to take, and I decided to take the first one. But surely what we are going to discuss today is what God can do for us. When he asked me this question, I was excited because I remembered Ephesians chapter 3 verse 20, where Paul writes to the church in Ephesus. And he says, now to him who is able to do far more abundantly than all we can ask or think, according to the power at work within us. And in NIV, it is translated nicely because he says, now to him who's able to do immeasurably more than all we ask or imagine, according to his power that is at work within us. And I like this translation, Brother Chris, for this verse. And I have imaginations. I'm sure we all have imaginations. We think at times. And yet, the Holy Spirit through Paul tells us that God can do more than we can ever imagine or think. This is incredible. We imagine beautiful things in our lives. Some ladies imagine walking the aisle with a white dress. And the Bible tells us that if you imagine it, God is able to do more than whatever you can imagine. And I spoke to him about this verse. And he said we should discuss this often. And we're still in contact, speaking about our Lord and our Savior. But this morning, what can God do for us? As he told me. What can God do for us? Colossians chapter 1, verse 17, brother.
Colossians chapter 1, verses 17, and it reads, and he is before all things, and in him all things hold together.
Thank you. The Holy Spirit tells us that Jesus Christ holds all these things together. And Hebrews chapter 1 verse 3 reiterates the same thing, and it tells us that God upholds all these things together. Basically, the verse is telling us that God is active in our lives. God is active in his creation. No wonder when the world panics about COVID-19, Christians says God holds this together. When the world panics about hurricanes, about the storms, about whatever it is, Christians don't panic. And they say, God holds this together. And this morning, I want to assure you that the hurricane, I want to assure you that the storms, I want to assure you that COVID-19 is not going to kill all of us. Why I'm saying this? Because in the book of 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 7, it tells us that this world is reserved to be destroyed by fire on the judgment day. Not by COVID-19. Not by these things that we see in our days. Not by any other virus or by any other thing. Because God cares. God cares, and in Ephesians chapter 5, verse 29, he tells us that no one can hate his own body, but he feeds and cares for his body, just like Christ cares for his church. God cares for us. He cares for the sick. In Matthew chapter 6, verse 56, like Brother Lucky. Matthew 6, verse 56. Sorry, Mark 6:56. Mark 6:56. Mark. It's my fault.
And wherever he comes, in villages, cities, or countryside, they let the sick in the marketplace and implored him that they might touch even the fringe of his garment. And as many as touched it were made well.
Now, the Bible tells us that they brought people, many people who were sick, so that Christ can heal them. And indeed, he healed them. So today, I want to encourage the church that Christ cares for the sick. He cares for us. For those that are sick in this hall, please be assured that Christ cares for us. Perhaps we have people that they are sick in our families. Christ cares for us. God cares for the sick. And He is able to heal the sick. He is able to heal the sick. And if you are wondering what God can do for me, be assured that God can heal you. God can heal me. God can heal us. Indeed, God can heal the sick. But I'm not saying we should be careless about this virus. We should take precautions, of course. But God can heal the sick. And we wonder what God can do for us. Like a man who asked what God can do for us. God can feed the hungry. We read in chapter 8, verse 3 of Mark that those who were hungry, Christ fed them. He asked the disciples to bring the food, and there were 7 loaves and a small fish, and he fed them. That's what God can do for us. And He provides for us, and He feeds us in our daily lives. And we are grateful and we are joyous that God feeds us and He heals us in our lives. And indeed, He provides for us. And He cares about our marriages. He cares about our marriages. In Mark chapter 10, from verse 1 to 12, we read a story about the Pharisees that came and wanted to test Him. And they told Him, Moses told us that we can divorce our wives. But Christ said, it is because your heart are hardened. That is why Moses allowed to divorce your wives. And He said, God created them, man and a wife. And what God joined together, let no man separate. Therefore, it tells us that God cares about our marriages. And if we are going through difficulties in our marriages, be assured God cares about our marriages. God cares about us. And in the following verse, in verse 14, after 12 and 13, he speaks about the children. He says, the children belongs to Him, and God cares about the children. God cares about our children. He cares about His house, which is His church. We read in Ephesians 5, verse 29, that He feeds and cares for His, which is the church. And when He entered Jerusalem in Mark 11, He cleansed the temple, and He kicked them out that they've made a temple, a den of criminals. And he quotes Isaiah 56, verse 7, he says, this house is the house of prayer, not the den of criminals. Indeed, God cares about the church. God cares about the church. There's no problem that is bigger than God. If the church is going through difficulties, be assured, God cares about the church. And He cares about you and me. He says, I'll never leave or forsake you. It shows that He cares about us. And He also cares about our prayers. Hebrews chapter 9, verse 24, it tells us that He entered into heaven and He appears there in the presence of God in order to intercede for us. Indeed, He cares for our prayers. That is why when we pray, we need to pray like He told us how to pray in John 14, verse 14, that we must ask everything that we need in His name. Amen. We must ask everything that we need in His name. And He cares about our rest. That is our peace. Exodus chapter 33, verse 14. Exodus chapter 33, verse 14. 33, verse 14.
Exodus chapter 3, verses 14 reads as follows. God said to Moses, I am who I am. And he said, say this to the people of Israel. I am has sent me to you.
33, my friends. Chapter 33, verse 14.
Exodus chapter 33, verses 14. It reads as follows. And he said, my presence will go with you, and I will give you rest.
Thank you. You know, God assures the children of Israel that His presence will always be with them. And even today, His presence is always with us. And that is the peace that we get with God. No wonder when the world goes through difficulties, they don't know how to find peace. But because we believe in our Lord and our Savior, we find peace in Him. And this is the peace that God has given us. And this is the peace that we also have with God. You know, we were enemies with God, but God decided that I must break this wall, I must break this enmity between my people and me. And He brought Jesus Christ. That is why we have peace with God. That is also what we read in Romans chapter 5, verse 1, that we have peace with Jesus, with God, through Jesus, by our faith. This is the peace that we have with God through Christ, our Lord and our Savior. And there's so many things that God can do for us. There's so many things that we can think about what God can do for us. One of the things that God can do for us is to destroy the last enemy, which is death. I know a woman who described her life as a life that she lived in a cemetery. And she says, I lived a life of burying my family. And she said that is a life. She described her life as the life of burying her family. The reason is because she was adopted when she was 2 years. And she buried her parents when she was a teenager. She says the first time she saw her father, the father was on his deathbed and he died, and she buried him while she was a teenager. She further tells me that when the week before she was married, her brother died mysteriously in the hands of police. And she said that was the most painful thing that she ever went through. Imagine she's getting married this week, and a week before she has to bury her brother who died mysteriously. And she further told me that she lost her husband in her 50s, and she lost the son in the early 20s. And she says, my life has been a life of the cemetery. I buried my family. That is my life. And you imagine her, you think that she needs God more than all of us. She needs God more than all of us. But we will also go through difficulties in life. And God promised us that this death, that is an enemy, is going to destroy it. And it's the last enemy that is going to destroy. And that is the last enemy that God is going to destroy. And this is what God can do for us. We think that Satan is always with us. And indeed, he wants some of us. But God promised us that he has defeated the devil. He has defeated the devil for us. Verse 40 of Mark chapter 4.
Mark chapter 4, verse 40 reads as follows. He said to them, why are you so afraid?
have you still no faith? He said to them, why are you so afraid? Have you still no faith?
Thank you. Going back to our today's text, the Bible tells us that in verse 1 of chapter 4, he began to teach besides the sea. And he taught many people. He taught in parables. And Mark puts this passage amongst the parables that Jesus spoke about, or in parables. And in verse 35, he tells us that day, it was the evening, and he said to them, let us go across to the other side. Let us go across to the other side. They got in the boat, they went to the other side, and Jesus just slept in the boat. Don't you feel like sometimes God is sleeping on you and you want to tell him that, don't you care? When you go through difficulties, you want to ask God, don't you care? The Bible tells us that the winds were beating against the boat, and the disciples, Mark is the only one who records the disciples' inclusion here. He says that they asked the Lord, don't you care? Don't you care that you are sinking? Don't you care that you are drowning? Isn't what you are asking God sometimes, that don't you care? Don't you care, God? Don't you care that there's COVID-19 amongst us? Don't you care that I'm going through difficulties? Don't we ask God these questions sometimes as we go through difficulties in life, as we go through schoolwork, as we go through unemployment, as we go through hunger, as we go through insomnia, lack of sleep, depression, anxiety, whatever we go through? Don't we ask God sometimes that, don't you care? And listen to God, listen to Jesus. What he says, peace be still. He has the power to say, peace be still. If you go through difficulties, be reminded that God has the power to say, peace be still. He can tell the storms that you are going through that, be quiet. Amen. Be quiet. The storm, I'm telling you, be quiet. This is God that we worship, that we often ask, what can you do for me? And he tells you that I can say to the storm, be quiet. Amen. But there's a beautiful thing that the Lord has done for us. If you read in the book of Luke chapter 7, there is a story about a woman who used a perfume there. She used expensive perfume, and she wiped her legs with her hair. And the disciples were marveling about what she did. But there is a particular man there, a Pharisee by the name of Simon. And then the Pharisee said to Jesus, or to the people that were there, and then he said, if this man knew that this woman is a sinner. And then Jesus knew this man, and he said, let's go to chapter 7. As the man was grumbling and complaining, from verse 36 we read the story of Jesus at that house. And as they were complaining and grumbling, Jesus responded to this man, and he said, in verse 44, he said, then turning toward the woman, he said to Simon, do you see this woman? I entered your house, you gave me no water for my feet, but she had wet my feet with her tears and wiped them with her hair. You gave me no kiss, but from the time I came in, she had not ceased to kiss my feet. You did not anoint my head with oil, but she had anointed my feet with ointment. Therefore I tell you, her sins, which are many, are forgiven. For she loved much, for he who is given little loves little. And he said to her, your sins are forgiven. And those who were at the table with him began to say among themselves, who is this who even forgives sins? And he said to the woman, your faith has saved you. Go in peace. Who is this that can say your sins are forgiven? This is the Lord and the Savior. This is the one in Isaiah chapter 1 verse 18 says, Now come, let us listen together, says the Lord. And he says, though your sins are like scarlet, the scarlet, I did some research about the scarlet. I heard that it's a brilliant red color, it's reddish orange in color. And he says, they shall be made white as a snow. We all know snow is so white. And he says, though your sins are as red as crimson, they shall become like wool. And crimson also is associated with sexual immorality. And Jesus here says, though your sins are as red as crimson, they shall become like wool. And this is the Lord that we worship. And in Micah chapter 7, like he please quoted, Micah chapter 7 verse 18, he tells us interesting things there. And we know that irrespective of how much we have sins, God is able to cleanse our sins. And he tells Simon that this woman loved more because she sinned more. And for her love, she showed faith in me, and she did something that you didn't do. He says she did not what she did, you didn't even do a little of what she did. And in Micah chapter 7 verse 18, Brother Lucky.
Micah chapter 7 verses 18 follows. Who is a God like you, pardoning iniquity?
Hold on, brother. He says, who is God like you who pardon iniquity? He says, who is God like you who excuse sin? God excuse sin. And this is the God that we ask him, what can you do for me? And continue, brother, like him.
And passing over transgression.
This God passed over transgression. He sees our sins and he ignores them. Just like he ignored the children of Israel when he was about to pass through in Egypt that night that he destroyed and killed all the firstborn of Egypt. He ignores our sins.
For the remnant of his inheritance.
And he says, for the remnant of his inheritance, for you, for us, we as the remnants of his inheritance, he ignores our sins.
He does not retain his anger forever.
He does not get angry forever, because we are his beloved, because we are his remnants.
Because he delights in steadfast love.
He wants us to genuinely love him. He wants us to be pleased in our undying love for him.
19 reads, he will again have compassion on us.
He always, and he will again have compassion on us. This is God that we worship.
He will tread our iniquities underfoot.
He treads them underfoot, under his feet. This is the Lord, our Savior and our Master.
You will cast all our sins into depth of the sea.
He takes our sins and he throws them into the depths of the sea. He throws them away because he cares for us. And then we wonder what God can do for us. God can do so many things that we can't even think or imagine. But most importantly, he can cleanse our sins, and this is the most beautiful thing ever. Even if we go through difficulties, we can sleep at night knowing that we are forgiven. And that is the most beautiful thing ever about this religion. And I will preach about this religion, and I will preach about God taking away our sins. Even if it can be said that he always speaks about sins. Yes, because this religion is all about removing and forgiving our sins. Without forgiveness of our sins, we don't have Christianity. And I'm glad I'm a Christian, and I'm glad I'm with you, and I'm glad I'm encouraged by you all the time, because you, like me, we believe that indeed our sins are cleansed. And we should walk like people that believe that their sins are cleansed. Even if COVID-19 will finish us. But we should be clear that our sins are forgiven. And it is beauty of Christianity, because when we die, either of a disease or of an accident, or it could be natural death, we know that we are going to live with God in eternity. And we should always hold on to that. Amen.
Amen.